On the other side, well, it seems to be the attention that goes to Dhurandhar's box office performance by a movie that has triggered unprecedented meltdowns. In just 21 days, the loud and proud spy thriller has raked in 1,000 crore rupees, making it the highest grossing Indian film of 2025. As the outpouring of love continues in theatres, the ringing cash registers have drowned out the outcries from a reeling ecosystem, the echo chamber that called the film propaganda, polarizing and communal, has now been silenced by the Janta no less. Now, out of the arguments and out of excuses, the ecosystem has found a new target, the audience. Yes. If you viewers happen to watch Dhurandhar, you are now being labelled criminal-minded and communal.
Some people are communal, criminally minded. When a communal idea is being propagated in a film in an artistic way, then communal people and divisive forces, all these people are attracted. Many criminal and communal minded people are there who love to see such film and going and purchasing tickets.
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate with me tonight on debate number 2 is Radhika Khera. Ashwini Kumar continues to be with us. Ishkaran Bhandari, Sushant Sareen. Also joining us this evening is Mr. Junaid, Advocate Umar Junaidi, political analyst. And Advocate Umar Junaidi, you know, they say that people make their own decisions and people of India have spoken. All those who said that, this is communal film, propaganda film, today what will they say? The film is the biggest box office grosser of 2025 and people of India have loved it. Now, is the expression that जिन्होंने भी देखा वो एक्चुअली कम्युनल लोग हैं, वो डिवाइसिव लोग हैं, इसीलिए पिक्चर हिट हो गई, तो इसका मतलब देश में बहुत से ऐसे लोग हैं?
The movies are meant to be the idea of entertainment and the fiction which makes the people enjoy their time being spent. These days, since 2014, 2015, we have been seeing that the BJP and the Modi government is trying to have the control over the cinema by promoting the more propaganda films. And that's what we have been seeing. The movies are meant for the entertainment, but the government is using or forcing the directors or making a narrative to create a pressure on the directors to, direct such movies and produce.
Junaidi Saab, you think people are feeling pressurized because the director is pressurized by the government? I mean, I'm not even understanding how much of pressure you're trying to transfer. But Ishkaran Bhandari, let me read out the numbers. Today, 21st, yesterday was the 21st day of the film Dhurandhar's release. December 25th, Dhurandhar sold almost 20,000 tickets every single hour. That is about 339,000 tickets. All these people that have been watching this film are all communal and they are following Modi ji's directive that they must go and watch Dhurandhar, and that's why the film is such a big hit.
Navika ji, there is an absolute meltdown, panic in our ecosystem because of Dhurandhar, and I will give you 4 reasons. Because it destroyed 4 vetoes. Because there was a political veto that if you do not make policies in a particular manner, a particular community will veto you and you will not be able to come to power. BJP destroyed that. Same way Dhurandhar is destroying. There was one veto that you have to make movie for global audiences. Pakistani, I don't know how many of them can afford tickets. Anywhere in the world should be able to buy it. Gulf countries, the movie should be released only then would a movie be viable. This movie is banned in Gulf countries. It has still done 1,000 crores business. So that veto is gone permanently. The second aspect used to be the theory of only sex or Shah Rukh Khan sells, Shah Rukh Khan being the established Bollywood sells. This movie has no sex, there is no Besharam Rang, there is nothing like that happening, and yet the movie is a colossal hit. So that idea is also, the veto is gone. The third was that you have to show ISI, IB, raw affairs, and only some misguided people in Pakistan are doing it. Otherwise, there are very good IS officers who want to help India. That veto is gone. Lastly, that you have to show from Main Hoon Na onwards that a Hindu army officer or a Hindu IB officer or a raw officer has become a terrorist, and you cannot show the reality of Pakistan. That veto is gone. And lastly, it's an excellently made movie. The way they used to say intellectuals can only be from left or from communism, the same way that good movies can only be made by a person or people of certain viewpoint, that is also gone. That is the reason of this panic. Money, people deciding which movie should be made, has destroyed so many vetoes of last 70 years in Bollywood that I believe this panic will keep continuing and will become bigger and bigger.
Junaidi Saab, I want to ask you, are people buying these tickets by the thousands every hour only because they are feeling pressurized? Is that your explanation?
No, my explanation is something very different. I think you have misunderstood it. What I'm trying to say is the directors are making such propaganda films wherein the purpose of movies, the entertainment has been completely gone out of the criteria. Now, only point which is going on in market since 2015 is propaganda, and that's what the directors are doing. They are making the movies which supports the propaganda, the narratives of the government, and that's what people are buying. People are buying because it is the only option.
Sushant Sareen, can you even convince your children to watch a film that they don't want to watch and you want them to watch? Can you even convince your children? ये कह रहे हैं कि एक पूरी पॉपुलेशन ऑफ अ कंट्री को प्रेशर डाल के प्रोपेगेंडा दिखाकर कन्विंस कर दिया है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई द फिल्म हैज बिकम 1,000 crore हिट. आई मीन, रियली लॉजिक?
Navika, one, speaking for myself, if I was to ever dare to propose a film to my daughters, chances are they would laugh me out of the room and never see it. If they want to see a movie, they see on their own accord, not because I tell them to see. One. Secondly, for a very distinguished lawyer like Mr. Junaidi to say that directors are being forced, I'm sure he has evidence to suggest that directors are being forced by government and given scripts by government. This is incidentally a Pakistani third-rate anchor who said Modi was sitting and looking at the script and approving it and editing it and then giving it to Aditya Dhar. I don't know if Modi has the bandwidth to do all of that, despite being Prime Minister. Third, there is this whole thing which Mr. Junaidi is trying to tell us, that these are propaganda films and they started in 2014. When Raj Kapoor, who was an avowed capitalist, was making films on socialistic themes and communistic themes, was that propaganda or was that not propaganda? Movies are made keeping an audience in mind, what audiences want to see. And for example, I'll give you
promoting propaganda.
Don't get excited, yaar. Relax.
I'm not getting excited, sir.
A person like me made a movie called Bengal Files. Okay? It was on a very relevant topic, but it was a far more stark film than Dhurandhar is. But the film didn't do well at the box office. Now, nobody told Vivek to make those films. Vivek made it of his own volition because he feels very strongly about it. The film don't do well. His other film, Kashmir Files, did stupendous business. Nobody told Aditya Dhar to make this film because if Mr. Junaidi was to make that allegation, I'm sure he'll be sued. And he can't make it because he has absolutely no evidence. But he still insists on calling it a propaganda film. People don't go and watch for propaganda films. People go and watch films they want to watch, which they identify with, which they like, which entertain them. It is Mr. Junaidi's case that this film does not entertain any.
Absolutely. And I want to get in Ashwini Kumar Mishra. You know, people will not watch what they don't want to watch. Vivek Agnihotri, as rightly stated by Sushant Sareen, made Kashmir Files worked very well. Bengal Files, Vaccine Wars didn't work very well. Dhurandhar is singing at the box office because people have loved the film. People have loved the film, the way the subject is handled and the way, the screenplay that is so taut, the characters that have been brought out so well. They've just liked it and they have watched it, which is why this film is doing so well. I want to ask you today, meltdown खत्म हुआ कि नहीं खत्म हुआ? अभी भी दर्द हो रहा है कहीं पर कि दवा मिल गई आपको अपने मर्ज की?
नाविका जी, मैंने भी फिल्म देख ली है, मुझे भी फिल्म बहुत पसंद आई। और फिल्म में जो अपोजिशन जो अपोज करते हैं लोग, उसके कुछ रीजन होते हैं नाविका जी। ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, मूवीज आर मेड टू entertain people, but at the same time movies should not divide people. Movies should not take a political angle into it.
फिल्म है, कमर्शियल फिल्म है, मॉरल साइंस का क्लास नहीं है।
मूवी,
इट्स अ फिल्म, इट्स नॉट अ मॉरल साइंस क्लास दैट इज हैपनिंग। राधिका खेड़ा कम्युनल कह रहे हैं फिल्म को ये बताना चाहिए, वो बताना चाहिए। अरे भाई, इमरजेंसी पर भी बनाई थी फिल्म, उतनी नहीं चली। धुरंधर चल गई, अब एक्सप्लेनेशन मत ढूंढिए।
आंधी तो बैन हो गई थी नाविका जी, and now he's talking about the movie should not divide. He was doing Bahawah when Parzania, Firak, Haider, No Fathers in Kashmir and Ammu were released. I remember Parzania, we were forced to watch it in school. That is what propaganda is, being forced to watch Parzania in school. Well, that was art, freedom of expression, because it was showing and blaming the Hindus and the opposition. But the same time, when movies are made which are showing the reality of Islamic extremism, Hindus are victims and everything is being shown samne, so it says propaganda hai, communal hai, dangerous hai, mat dekho. In fact, I was watching some videos on social media, on Instagram. There were some people were interviewing people of Larry, and they were like, please give us a share so that our Larry can become a little better. The movie has made so much money that they were requesting the makers ki thoda paisa hame de do ki Larry ko hum thoda aur acha kar le. That is how Pakistan is taking it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm somebody who's always with the underdog. Aditya Dhar, endearing man, a man, from ordinary backgrounds, just, one of those middle class guys who comes with a dream, waits for 7 years, churns out a film like Dhurandhar. He did Uri first, and then now Dhurandhar after about 5 years after that success. It's just the way the story is being told, the way the music, the story, the way the whole screenplay is, and the way India loves their underdogs. Aditya Dhar has done a great job. And look at Akshay Khanna, look at Ranveer Singh, power-packed performances. You don't need too much of an explanation. When something is good and people are loving it, don't try to make it communal, propaganda. Don't look for definitions that won't apply. It's just people's love. Sometimes it doesn't have a reason. In this case, a very strong reason. We leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining me on the Newshour tonight. Good night. Be safe. Have a safe weekend. I'll be back once again on Monday with the Newshour at 9.